I'm a big enough person to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong. The Black Phone was released in June of 2022, directed by Scott Derrickson, starring Ethan Hawke, Mason Thames, and Madeline McGraw. And I already said this in a previous video, I really wasn't super excited for this movie. I didn't think it looked like that great, but I did see it, and like I said, I am willing to admit when I'm wrong. So let's go ahead and start this review off with the good, and there's a lot that I love in this movie. First of all, Ethan Hawke is absolutely amazing as the villain in this movie called The Grabber. I just really love Ethan Hawke as an actor. He's one of those actors where he's the best thing about everything he appears in, whether it's The Purge, The Magnificent Seven from 2016, this movie. I wouldn't say he was the best thing in Moon Knight, but he was definitely up there. I loved him in that as well. He's just an absolutely amazing actor. I love seeing him in these different roles that he does. And I remember back a few years ago reading that he had a no villain rule for his acting career. Well, he's definitely a very good villain actor, so hopefully he plays more villains after this and Moon Knight. He was amazing in both of them. And he was very haunting in this movie. You don't really see his face except for a couple short bits. He's mainly wearing a mask either on the top half, the bottom half, or the full face, and he really sells this performance. I've always believed that when an actor is hidden behind a mask, they have to sell their performance more than an actor who is showing their face, because when you're hidden behind a mask, you have to put more emotion into the voice than into the face, and Ethan Hawke really sells that. It's absolutely amazing seeing what he does with this character. And if Matt Reeves had not already chosen Barry Keoghan to play the Joker in his Batman films, I would have definitely been on board with Ethan Hawke as the Joker. After seeing this movie, he would have been absolutely amazing. But moving on from Ethan Hawke, I really liked Mason Thames in this movie. He's the main character who gets kidnapped by Ethan Hawke's character and has to try to find a way to escape from him, and I just really liked him. Usually in horror movies like this, the kids get on my nerves and I don't really care for them as much as I care for the villain or the actual main character, but Mason Thames did an amazing job. I really hope we see him in more stuff after this, because I really loved him in this movie, and like I said, would love to see him in more stuff. Madeline McGraw plays Mason Thames' sister in this movie, and I thought she did an amazing job as well. I really loved the chemistry between her and Mason Thames in this movie. They don't share a whole bunch of screen time because of, you know, what's going on in the plot. Mason Thames is kidnapped by Ethan Hawke, but I really like their chemistry together. Story to this movie is absolutely amazing. It's based on a short story. Apparently the book that I bought is just a bunch of different short stories, and The Black Phone is just one of those short stories, which I have still not read, but I plan to. Give me a break. But I really love the story. It's very tense. I really love the suspense that builds throughout the movie, the way it keeps you guessing, okay, what's gonna happen next, let's see. And I just really love that. It's absolutely amazing seeing everything fall into place within this movie. It's just a lot of fun seeing that. And the way that it ends is absolutely terrific. It doesn't set up for a sequel. It doesn't set up another horror franchise. It's just a one and done, quick cut, get out of here. This is just an amazing movie in that regard. If they make a sequel, it will probably be horrible because of how perfectly this movie ended. Also, I do believe that we have a new iconic horror villain on our hands with the Grabber, played by Ethan Hawke. I can see a bunch of Grabber masks being up in Spirit Halloween by the end of this year. Yeah, that's how iconic I believe this character will be in the future. I also really love the 70s setting of this movie and the aesthetic that it puts forward. And also the soundtrack is really amazing. And that's about it for the good. Let's go ahead and move on to the bad. And for the bad, I don't really have much. I could probably think of something to nitpick, but I don't really want to sit here and think about something to nitpick because this is just an absolutely amazing movie from beginning to end. Horror is just an easy genre to nitpick, but I like to just sit back and enjoy it for the most part. There are definitely some horror movies that are absolutely terrible, but I try not to focus on those. I try to focus on the really good ones like this. So in conclusion, I really love this movie and I cannot wait to buy it on Blu-ray. The Black Phone is easily the most surprising movie of the year for me, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on The Black Phone. Have you seen this movie? What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you haven't seen it, what's your favorite Ethan Hawke movie? I'd love to hear from you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.